Use anything sharp or sturdy enough to swing. Get creative.
Howdy gamers, Josh here. Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're examining the most powerful weapons of the Fallout franchise. For this list, we'll be taking into consideration a weapon's base damage and any special effects it may apply. Drawing the line exactly where one gun beats another is tricky, as player builds often heavily affect weapon performance. That said, these firearms are capable of dishing out unrivaled damage when used as intended. Raiders be warned, we're bringing out the literal big guns. What's your favorite tool of the trade to survive the wasteland? I'm a rat slayer lover myself, but be sure to let me know in the comments, and if I missed anything, hit me up at ChipDroid. Number 10, Ranger Sequoia. Don't make me sing the song, this is truly the big iron of legend when it comes to New Vegas. The Ranger deals a respectable 62 base damage out of the box, with an all-time low, 0.1 in terms of weapon spread. If you're looking to roleplay a cowboy, this thing belongs on your hip, although even the sneakiest players won't be able to get it into the casino. The Ranger is just that much of a statement piece. Lore-wise, it's only carried by New California Republic veteran Rangers after 20 years of service, so don't expect to find one of these just lying around anywhere. Be you Legion or NCR, the Ranger Sequoia is the spirit of New Vegas in my eyes. Number 9, Turbo Plasma Rifle. The original energy caster from Fallout 1 and 2. This P94 rifle totes great range meets unrivaled damage. Its plasma can reach upwards of 35 tiles, burning soft targets, melting armored ones, and reducing anything else to goo. Hitting for 70 might not seem like a ton at first, but we must account for weapon inflation after all, as enemies in the early games sat at a range of about 60 to 100 health. Even the toughest of ghouls are being one-shot here. With an extremely low action point cost and relatively common ammo typing, there's no doubting its versatility in battle. The Turbo Plasma Rifle is one of the greatest choices to wield in both the series' first entry as well as the sequel. Number 8, Fist of Rar, Deathclaw's Gauntlet. The top tier of melee weapons. Slice through any attempt at defense using the hand of Fallout's most infamous species. Now there are obviously a couple routes to go when deciding to lay down your guns and build your character around melee. Maybe your preference lies in the massive radiation damage of the Adam's Judgment, or the literal firepower of the Shish Kebab and its variants. For us, the armor-piercing abilities of the Deathclaw Gauntlet is just too efficient to pass up. I mean, who needs damage over time when you've already cut right through the health bar in a single swipe? Giving a clean, cool 50 base damage and 97 DPS, feel free to bring vengeance to the monsters that slayed you oh so many times in the early game. A Deathclaw's Gauntlet can remove limbs with cross chops, or easily punch off heads with an uppercut, no matter what the enemy is wearing. Number 7, Tesla Cannon. Become a walking, talking tank with this mere 8-pound energy weapon designed by Nikola himself. At least, in Fallout lore, that is. Getting right to it, 140 base damage, sprinkled with a shock effect and splash damage to hit multiple targets that can pass through walls, mind you, is the upper end of what I would call overpowered. They're adept at shooting down vertibirds, and what further proof of might do you need than there only being roughly 12 of these weapons to exist at one time? If you see a particularly armored Brotherhood of Steel NPC pull out one of these, it's likely too late for you. It uses one of the rarest ammo types in the game, so there really isn't a reason not to carry one of these in your back pocket. Unless you're a big fan of Gatling lasers, of course. But for my money, it's Tesla's Death Beam all the way. Number 6, Admiral's Friend. Another unique weapon befitting of Captain Ahab himself. This harpoon gun deals enormous damage at greater ranges than a hunting rifle. If you thought the Dragon from 76 was game-breaking, this thing was far too OP for multiplayer. At base, we witness a whopping 150 damage, single shot, only to knock our socks off once again when reading its special effect. The Admiral will always hit for double damage when baddies are at full health. Given that you haven't pulled the trigger, fights are sure to last but a moment when armed with this Fisherman's Friend. It fires once before reloading, but anything surviving such a hit is at risk of death by stubbing their toe. Custom parts like scopes or barbed harpoons ensure not only sneak attack bonus multipliers, but bleeding damage too. Grab yourself one of these with a legendary effect for an ultimate showstopper.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Number 5. Euclid Seafinder. Call down a laser from the heavens to blow up your foes, supervillain style. To obtain the pistol, the courier has to complete a lengthy questline involving setting up an orbital strike satellite known as the Archimedes 2. The Seafinder fires once a day, although only when outside, as pulling the trigger begins an animated sequence signaling your enemy's impending doom. The damage hailing from the satellite beam itself is upwards of 170 damage, with a 50% chance to crit entire groups of enemies. It's the spectacle of this weapon, and more for the show. Not looking forward to rushing that group of raiders? Time to settle the score with this cute little laser pointer. Number 4. Bozar. One of the few beastly big guns from Fallout 2, comically referred to as the ultimate refinement of the sniper's art. It returned to New Vegas gunrunners as an LMG, offering players the ability to become a moving turret of destruction. I'm talking extremely fast reloads, low AP costs, and higher rates of fire. This weapon is every merc's dream. It's solid for mid to all ranges, and won't let you down as a go-to firearm for any altercation. The Boz here spits out 19 base damage bullets for an impressive 285 damage per second output. The upper ends of an upgraded Bozar can double that lethality, more than shredding any monster that crosses you. The numbers don't lie. Still not impressed with its performance in New Vegas. Returning to Fallout 2 reveals its deadly potential, capable here of dishing out upwards of 300 to 500 damage. There's few things that will survive a round against you and your Bozar's armor-piercing properties. Now it may jam on you if you don't take perfect care of it, but we had to include this glow-up of a legacy weapon from the first 2 RPGs in the franchise. Number 3. YCS-186. Take a railgun, a sniper rifle, a heating coil, and the dark magic of coding, Bazoom. You've got a souped-up Gauss rifle and scientific abomination, ready to electromagnetically kill anything you please. The YCS comes complete with long-range scope for guaranteed sneak attack multiplier damage, although even when detected, it boasts the highest base damage of any non-explosive weapon in the game. The anti-material rifle may be a go-to for some sharpshooters, but this microfusion gulper far outclasses it. Enough talk, numbers time. A gnarly 140 base damage, 420, DPS, plus increased accuracy with the aforementioned 3.5 times scope for unsurpassed range. I'll happily carry the unique YCS into battle any day, even if energy weapons aren't usually my thing. Number 2, Alien Blaster.
We've got this area locked down.
Was there any surprise? Various Fallouts include this out-of-the-world sidearm, efficient at disintegrating anything it touches, and when it disintegrates...
It disintegrates! Well, what do you know? It's disintegrated.
Alien blasters are known for their endgame, high-level damage, and their 100%, 100 times critical hit chance. In the case of Fallout 3 especially, you'll be seeing hundreds of damage done for a single shot. So much power in such a tiny sci-fi blaster. You basically become Thanos, dusting anyone who dares cross you. Take caution not to miss and melt a friendly though. That's a waste of expensive ammo. Even back to the very first game, Fallout of 98, this thing delivers in almost every field. Remember when I mentioned 70 base damage was a ton for the early entries? Well, how does 90 sound? Or you know what? Let's critical hit for fun. Obliterating life itself with 360 points of damage. Overkill from beyond the stars.
Creating technological wonders of their own.
What could be more deadly than a gun from off this earth? There's only one thing that surpasses it. A representation of humanity's obsession with destruction. Wastelanders and Raiders, I present number 1, the Big Boy. This aptly named behemoth of a launcher is the unholy creation of a fat man, explosive dishing heavy weapon that shoots an additional projectile, compatible with the MIRV launcher mod. If you don't already know where this is going, the Big Boy is capable of shooting 12
mini nukes at once.
Someone get Phil Swift, because that's a lot of damage. I won't even bother crunching the numbers with a base damage of 2,691, far exceeding anything close to a gun. 1 or 2 of such a player-killing ammo type as the mini nuke will annihilate almost anything. Times that by 12, nothing will survive. Nothing. Hell, it might even kill my PC in real life. Plus, Unless you're facing the wrong direction, you can't miss. Who allowed for this to happen? Has humanity gone too far? Will any other weapon compare in future titles? As it stands, I can't see it being possible. Gosh bless anyone who wields this power, gosh bless the wastes, and all hail the big boy, the one weapon to rule them all. And there we have it, that's all from me. Thanks for watching. Check out our other videos right here on MojoPlays. Be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified on our latest videos. If you like what I do, find me online anywhere under the name ChipTroid. I'll be watching out for you. And game on.